Hello, my Amazon friends, it's me, Karina, and welcome to the biggest mistakes private label sellers make part 2. Now, this doesn't just have to do with people just starting out, but believe it or not, people still make these mistakes when they have been selling for a long time, and I think that's because they have the mentality of, it's not a good mentality of, let me just put something up and cross my fingers and hope for the best. That's a really easy way to not be successful with Amazon. I made a first part of this video that addressed more so product research mistakes, so it's going to be linked down below for you to check out. Very important because product research really sets up the whole guidelines of how you do things. But this is part 2, and it still all applies to the initial sourcing of your product, or not just, I guess, yeah, sourcing as well. So it's finding your product, sourcing your product, really making all those changes. So these are very important. So please don't do anything of this sort. So I'm actually going to show it to you on my computer because I want to go through the steps with you to really help you understand why this is not a good thing. So the first, not the first thing, I guess it's the 5th or 6th thing if we're going from my past video, but one of the things is actually going against Amazon terms of service and getting reviews that are illegal, I guess I could say it. A lot of people love going to here, okay, Amazon review groups in Facebook. Speaking of groups, join my Facebook group. It's called Amazon FBA Private Label Club, and join the club too, actually. It's $7. You can try it down below. It's everything you need to know about product research, weekly updates, product research validator. Go join it, theplclub.com. So anyways, it's these Facebook groups. They think it's that easy that they can go, you can literally type in Amazon review groups and look at all of these. This one has 8.9 thousand posts a day. 8,900 posts a day. Are you kidding me? This one too, look at all these members, 32,000. Oh my God, it's people want free products. People want to leave reviews. These are public groups. If you really think that an Amazon representative isn't in these groups, or 100 of them pretending to be a buyer, you are severely mistaken. They will see your account, you will get suspended. If you do this method, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And this is not okay. This is not okay. Crazy. Please don't do any of these, or even course groups. I know some course groups have these, like one student will leave a review for another student. Let me rephrase that. One seller leaves a review for another seller, then the second seller leaves a review for the third seller, and the third seller leaves a review for the first seller. And they think they're being sneaky and doing this triangle of reviews, exchanges. Reviews will get wiped. Your account can get suspended, your listing can get taken down, and you can be blocked from receiving reviews on your product. It's honestly not worth to risk your whole business on reviews. I know they want them fast, but there's a ratio. There's a ratio that most sellers, and actually even some ranking services, don't understand, that you can't just flood a listing with reviews when they're not getting sales. I understand it's kind of a circle, this feedback loop of the more positive reviews, the more sales. So obviously you want more reviews so you can begin getting the sales, so you can get more reviews. And if you don't have the reviews, how are you gonna get sales? It's kind of like you need this, you can only get this job if you have experience, but you don't have the experience, so you can't get the job. You know, and the only way to get the experience is to get the job. It's like, doesn't really make sense. But in Amazon, like, the reviews will come if you have a good product. They will start coming in. And in my course, my full Into a Milli Amazon FBA program, I teach ways on how to actually get legit reviews in a way more efficient method that's completely within Amazon's terms of service, and you can get reviews safely and jumpstart that so you can get the sales without doing these sketchy things. So let's look at the second thing right here. Is I just put in fishing bait. So the second mistake people make is actually not improving their product and not looking at the reviews. So you see all these sellers, I'm going to just pick an arbitrary negative product. Say this one right here, it has a 3 stars, it's extremely cheap, but it has, oh my gosh, it has 283 reviews and 3-star products. So let's say the whole market was filled with these fish fake bait, right? A lot of people will just launch it and have it be the exact same as everyone else and just call it a day. They're not going to bother to actually talk to the supplier and say, okay, clearly people are rating this very low. Why is it a 3 out of 5 stars? Something is wrong with this product because it has 3 stars. Now that really affects the rating of this product and the sales. I bet you if this had at least 4.5, then it would be, or even 4, it would be ranked higher on the first page because more people would be buying. Now I don't know if this is just a really bad product, but if it is, you don't want a product that's that bad. You want to actually read through the ratings. You know, the 1 stars, like I kind of glanced through all of them, see what the biggest problem is. You want to see how you can improve on the product. So I glanced at all of these. Anything in the 5 stars I keep. 4 stars, maybe something needs a little change. 2 and 3 stars are the most powerful because it's people who actually have a problem. A lot of people in the 1 star can get really dramatic. So you want to read through them and actually improve the things because your product will have a longer shelf life and just longevity, and it will sell better if you can keep it on the market with higher reviews. So people actually don't read through the reviews and they don't see how to improve the product. All they do is they go to Alibaba.com, literally type in fishing bait, find the same one as that and say, okay, how much for 500? Great. I'll place an order, call it a day, nothing. And not even mention that this product breaks or anything like that, right? So you want to do the research to make sure you're fixing everything. Okay, and the last thing we're going to talk about that sellers make huge mistakes is right here, and that is their listing creation, and more specifically the product photography and everything that goes into the actual images. Now, a lot of things influence your conversion rates, and there's ways to test it. Not gonna talk about that in this video though, but a huge thing is not only the main image of your listing, but all of the rest of the images and the listing. If you just look at something, right, somebody's gonna click on a product for one reason or another. I mean, I think this one is nicely done, especially they put stuff on here I can't even see it, so this is probably counterproductive because I can't read any of this even on my laptop. Probably won't be able to read it on a computer, but I do like how nice this looks. It's different than these other glow-in-the-dark ones. It's showing that you can actually change the color and it could be any of those. So I would probably buy that one. And to be honest, I've looked at this market before and that was not on there. So that's what I'm saying. These people did a good job at listing creation. I don't know the demand of this. Last time I checked, it was low. So yeah, but the other thing is, it's like, okay, you're comparing things. Look at this listing right here. I know that Amazon terms of service says that your image has to be on a white background. Sometimes you can break that clearly. That's what people are doing here because you can't show something glowing in the dark on a white background. But just look at this picture and even versus this one, right? And it has 2.5 stars review, so clearly it probably doesn't really even glow in the dark, but it just doesn't look fun. It just looks like a net laying on a dark background, right? It's not appealing. This is more appealing. It kind of puts imagery in your head. You're playing basketball in the middle of the night with your friends. It glows. You change the settings. It looks more fun. It looks more alive. While as these are okay. This one just kind of shows that it's bad quality because it doesn't really, this part doesn't glow. So this looks more like the basketball glows, not the nets, you know? So as a customer, I would be paying attention to all of this. Yeah, so that's important, but also actually clicking into the listing and everything else here. So let's look at the rest of the pictures. These have to be good, right? So you have to include infographics, you have to include more detail, kind of paint imagery, things like that. This just looks like it was done in Canva or in Microsoft Paint. It looks like it's done by an amateur. You don't want to look like that. You can get a graphic designer off of Fiverr for $5 per image, and just, it's gonna be well worth your money. Please don't try to do photography yourself or these kind of graphics yourself, because you're not gonna do it as well as everyone else does it, and it just looks like a cheaply made product, and customers will catch on to that and they're not gonna want to purchase from you. So make sure that you actually put effort into your listing, and especially into the first picture, to get that customer to click on your product and to stand out from everybody else. And once they're actually in your listing, of course, the whole thing has to be optimized from the title to the bullets to the description. But on top of that, they're gonna look through the pictures, and you want to sell with your pictures. You don't want them to look at the bullets, because most people don't. Honestly, I bought so many things on Amazon with this whole world thing going on, right? And it's just an easier way to shop. I don't even think I ever read the bullets. Some people do, some people like reading all, but I just glance at the pictures and call it a day, right? So just, these are really huge mistakes that sellers make. Do like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.